Hey everybody, it's the captain, and as you can see, I finally got my deck finished, and I'm just putting in a couple of screws here and there. So, like I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted, it's 10 after 12. I've been working on this deck for a while. Been busting my back on it. You know, everybody knows that I got arthritis in both my knees and curvature of the spine and compressed discs in my neck, a couple cervical, a couple in my tailbone and all that stuff. And so it's hard for me to put too many hours in, but I do have the skills. And you know, I figure it's my house, it's my deck. I had plenty of time before the pool was going to be opened. It's the 18th. Within 10 days, it'll be the 28th. But within 10 days, I should have all the water off the pool cover. And the filter will be up here. I'll have water in the pool. Who knows, I might even be swimming in it by then. But today is Monday, and Monday's my day. And I haven't posted videos in quite a while. Because I had a lot of stuff going on, a lot of setbacks. Last week we had 2 deaths in our family, and one of them was a good friend of ours. I consider him family. His name was Buddy, and he was a little Yorkshire Terrier. He's about 10 years old, and he's a great little dog, and he lost his battle to kidney disease or something along those lines. They did everything they could. $1,000 later, $2,000 later, curtains for Buddy, and it breaks all our hearts because he was a good little dog. But then the part that really gets me is that my nephew Paul passed away, and Paul was a 38-year-old man, and he is gone. Back in September of 2007, Paul had a stroke, and he went and spent about a year in the hospital recovering from the stroke, and he's been home since about September of '08. And I really never got a chance to see Paul because I didn't want to see him in that condition, because it tears me up too much to see a 38-year-old man in a wheelchair. It does things to my head, you know. It screws me up. But we got a really noisy day here, don't we? We got people cutting grass. We got garbage men collecting garbage. We got birds carrying on. But anyways, I had an injury on the job. I hurt my back. I blacked out in my kitchen, went into convulsions on the floor. I got all kinds of people telling me I need to go see a doctor. I'm telling them, go fuck yourself. I don't want to go see a doctor, okay? They haven't done anything for me really positive. But now I'm already 3 minutes into the video, and I got to do the thing that I love to do. And I'm not going to shotgun the beer. I'm just going to drink this beer, okay? And so that's what I'm going to do. It's been a long time since I made a video, and I got a lot of things to say. There's a lot of things on my mind. But, you know, it's hard to categorize it, and I don't want to make a video that's just of me babbling. I like to have usually have some kind of a point. And the point is, I got my deck laid. And, you know, a lot of people might not know this, but I tore apart this deck and I reused all the lumber. Now, I got pictures, and I'm probably going to put them in this video, of how big the pile of lumber was. I had stacked up over here, and I had a pile of lumber stacked up over there. All I got is a couple blocks now, and one long board. But for the most part, I did it all. So, hey, at 14 minutes after 12 on a Monday, it's a gorgeous sunny day. It's not boiling hot. It's halfway decent. I'm going to have a beer. This is the captain saying, you know what? I'm giving myself permission to enjoy an afternoon alcoholic beverage. So here's to me and my deck. Oh, that is tasty. That is delicious. Customary rip for you. But I think I'm going to take the camera off the tripod and I'm going to show you my deck. Okay? I'll explain a few things about things. Okay? So here's another swiggity swig. Beautiful. All right, let me get this. You can see this is what I did here. Now, I took these 2x6s and I cut an 1.5 inch notch out of them by 8 inches long, and I set them in there, and then I notched around them with the deck boards. Okay, there, I got a long board here. I got to cut that. Got to cut that tip off it. But basically, I got it done. You can see there's my sawhorse. There's all the wood. There's just about nothing left. I mean, there was a massive pile. It was stacked up all up underneath the sawhorses there, and some of it was on the sawhorses, and that's all gone. There's some crappier boards leaning up. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I mean, there's a couple of them that look like they're termite infested, and the other ones are kind of bent. But I'll clean them up. That's what I do. I'll clean that up and I'll put it aside for the next project. You never know what I got to do next. And yeah, there's my chair. That's where I was sitting. Here's a screw gun that I use to do most of the work. That's my buddy Mark's screw gun. Very good screw gun. And there's more notching and more cutting. There's all the blocks I cut off. The bag from Home Depot blew off over there. But this is my deck. Huh? See that? Nice little edge there. Nice little edge here. All custom manicured by the captain. Alright. And I'm going to show you this saw here. This saw is close to 20 years old. Look at that, huh? Look at that bad boy. There's no blade guard on it anymore because I broke it off years ago. But this is my buddy Mark's 10-inch Makita, I believe it is, or maybe it's a Ryobi. I can't remember anymore. But I'll never forget when he bought this saw. It is a Ryobi. I'll never forget when he bought this saw, and it was gorgeous, you know. And a lot of people, they use these saws strictly for doing trim work, but when you are doing framing, it's nice. It really is. I mean, it just makes a really nice straight cut. Makes a nice noise. You just got to watch your hands because there's no blade guard there. But right here, you can see the foot broke off here. And years ago, I did that. It was a winter job. We were building an L-shaped ranch. Pretty nice size, 3,000 square foot home. It was winter time. We came onto the job site. The first tool I grabbed was this. I walked up a 2x10 plank. It had ice on it. I got about halfway up the plank. It started doing the windmill, and me and the saw went crashing to the ground, and the leg broke off. And I think this is a magnesium body, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I broke a magnesium leg right off of it, and we saved that leg for a long time. I think we had dreams of having it welded back on at some point. But yeah, there goes my jigsaw. There goes my circular saw. I had no less than 4 saws on this job. There goes my Sawzall reciprocating saw. Here goes my other screw gun and boxes. And I went through 3 boxes of these screws. Well, actually, about 2, because I had about this much left in the one box when I started. So I went through a whole box. You can see them over there. It's just a mess over here. Oh yeah, and I got a handsaw, and I got my chalk box and a couple tool boxes, and I got my pump for pumping water off the pool cover, because that's next. I got my skimmer, pry bars, and that's about it. My level, which I only used like 4 or 5 times. Okay, I used it 6 times. And that's my job. That's what I did. That's what I did back here. I've been working on it and working on it and working on it, and I've had a couple of setbacks. I got banged up the one day I was trying to pry off the last bar, or the last board, and it snapped, and I went down, took one in the nuts, almost took a pointy board up underneath the chin. That would have been nice. That would have killed me. This board gave me a hard time, really hard, because trying to fit it in here and then up along this bracket, you never know. A couple of these boards might come off in the fall so that I could get the pool cover on, but I doubt it. I'm just going to leave it like this. I'm liking it. I'm happy with it. All I got now is this quagmire, this mess. Look at that, all that algae on there. And you don't want to get that in the pool because